Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
But this right here is what God calls us. What's that say? Judah. You ever heard that? You heard you from the tribe of Judah? Who taught you that? I did. Okay, so let me ask you a question. How did the so-called African Americans get here to America? On ships, right? Slave ships. Okay. You know that was in the Bible? That's literally in the Bible. You're right, everything is in the Bible, including our history. What happened to us? Let's read it, because I'm going to prove it to you, all right? I'm not just going to talk it, I'm going to prove it. Give me Deuteronomy 28, verse 68.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So it says the Lord will bring us into Egypt. You know what Egypt means? How you doing, sis? Let me ask you a question too. So I'm showing my brother right here.
2 clicks on the mighty. 2 clicks, mighty.
Okay, so I'm showing the brother right here, right? So sis, you are so-called American black? Okay, so that means you come from the tribe of Judah. All right, you are Israelite, the Bible speaks of, right? You are a prince from the tribe of Judah. You are a princess from the tribe of Judah. You understand? So how will we know, right, that our history connects and lines up with the Bible? We're going to read the proof, all right? We have these signs because we know that we're visual people, all right? So this is important for us to be learning. Go ahead, start from the top, read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall...
Slow it down, slow it down.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So Egypt, what does Egypt mean? It's all right. That's why we're here. What does Egypt mean? Egypt means slavery or bondage. Remember, Egypt was notorious for slavery. You understand? That was our ancestors. That was our ancestors building up those pyramids. Right? Read. So God said in the future, the children of Israel will go into slavery. How?
With ships.
How?
With ships.
What other race you know can say their ancestors went into slavery on ships? The Samoans can't say that. The Arabs can't say that. The Chinese can't say that. We claim fame to this history, and God made sure that it stuck around for us to know, so in the last days we would understand that we are the children of Israel. You understand? Read.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee.
Meaning the way it was told to us how we were going to go into slavery, that's exactly how it happened. Read.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
Guess what? Have you seen our homeland? Lorenzo? Have you seen our homeland? Our homeland. Where are we from? You've never seen it. Have you seen our homeland? Have your children? Have your father? All of us here have never been to our homeland. God said we would be taken into slavery, brought on ships, and we would never see our homeland again.
And there you shall be sold.
So wait, you said what? We are from Africa. We're from Jerusalem, the northern part of Africa. See, how we got into the west coast of Africa, you have to know the history. You understand what I'm saying, sis? The history is we fled from Roman persecution in 70 AD. That was a long time ago. Jerusalem was taken by the Europeans, and we lost that war. So we ran down into Africa, right? We set up a kingdom. You can look on Google. It's a 17th century map. It tells you where we were at on the Gold Coast of Africa was known as the Kingdom of Judah. And there we were at war with the real Africans on that land, which are today known as the Nilotic people, right? The ones who are pitch black, very tall, the ones who be cutting their faces and wearing plates in their mouth. We were at war with them. So eventually we lost to them, But they made an agreement with the so-called Europeans and the Arabs, and they all had a hand in selling us all around the world. And that's how we ended up here in America. And the Bible proves that as well. Keep reading.
And there you shall be sold.
So Lorenzo, when we got off those slave ships, it says if your boat went to Cuba, if your boat went to Jamaica, if it went to Haiti, if it went to Louisiana, New York, when we got off those slave ships, read,
And there you shall be sold.
what happened?
You shall be sold.
Did that happen to us? That's a fact. That's a historical fact. We were sold, read,
Unto your enemy.
so who?
Your enemy.
So who?
Your enemy.
We were sold to our enemies. You have to understand the trauma that our ancestors went into, right? We were sold into the hands of our enemies for our disobedience to our God. You understand what I'm saying? I got another one for you. Many times, right, they teach you that we were uncivilized people running around butt naked in Africa with bones in our noses, right? Is that true? No, that's not true. Why were we naked? Ezekiel 16:39. Why were we naked on those slave ships? You said they beat us? What did you say? I like that. You said they probably no, but think about it. If we were uncivilized, why would they need to take our clothes? Right? I like that. You said because we're animals, so let's read that. Read.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 16, verse 39. And I will also give thee into their hand, and they shall throw down thy eminent place.
So when you look at us, are they stronger than us? Are they smarter than us? No. Everything that you see that have been created has been at the hands of your ancestors. They just never got the credit for it. So God said we would be delivered into their hand. Read.
And shall break down thy high places. They shall strip thee.
They shall what?
They shall strip thee also of thy clothes.
It said they would strip us of our clothes. Read.
And shall take thy fair jewels.
And they took our jewels, they took our gold, they took everything we had, and we ended up on the slave ships naked and bare, right? Go back to Deuteronomy. Go back to Deuteronomy. Give me verse 32.
Read. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters.
So wait, it says thy sons. You have sons. You're somebody's daughter. I'm someone's son. What would happen to us?
Shall be given unto another people.
It says they were given unto another people who was notoriously known for taking people's children. Who? You said CPS. Before CPS, who was taking white people? There you go, sis. Sis gonna say it. White people. They're known throughout the centuries for taking our children. And when they take our children, they either are killing them, using them as servants, or they are indoctrinating them to hate themselves and to love them. Right? Read.
And thine eyes shall look, and fire will longing for them all the day long.
So back then, that was slavery. Today, you said it, it's CPS. Think about it. We be afraid to whoop our children in public because in the back of our mind, we like, one of these white people might see us and then report us. You get what I'm saying? We be afraid because we know they will try to take us from our children. But in the whole time, their children is doing what? Their children have a breakdown because mommy wouldn't let Timmy go outside with his friends and go get daddy's pump action shotgun and go shoot everybody at school. But they got the nerve to be worried about our children. Did you ever show your kids that movie, Diary of a Wimpy Kid? You haven't showed them that? But you know what I'm talking about, right? So that little boy right now was on trial for murdering his parents. You didn't know that, huh? Give me verse 48.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemy.
God said we went into slavery and had to serve our enemies. Why?
Which the Lord shall send against thee, and hunger, and in thirst.
We had to serve them for food, we had to serve them for water, and we had to serve them for clothing. Think about it today. We work a job so that we could provide what? Food, water, so we still serving them to today. And they have a mega infrastructure that generates millions while we're getting paid paycheck to paycheck, getting crumbs, and then they're taxing the crumbs that we get. right? But then they tell you and I, well, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. But you created every way possible for me not to succeed, right? Read.
And in nakedness, and in want of all things.
It says now we're in want of all things because we don't control the textiles of clothing. If you look on the back of your shirts with your clothing, we didn't make the material, nor do we own the material. We have no power. We are powerless. You understand what I'm saying? That's why you look at our people and you see so much confusion. You see the hatred. You see the envy. You see the jealousy. It seems like black people, Hispanic, we don't stick together no more. We don't do that no more. We say why? Because everybody's fake. Everybody's against each other. Why? Psalms 83. Because that's divide and conquer. You have to understand, our enemy, he has done homework on us. He didn't just come and take us and just go as he went. No, he studied on how to destroy us. He perfected on how to destroy us. This took time, effort, diligence, and motivation and dedication. Read.
The book of Psalms, chapter 83 and verse 1. Keep not thy silence, O God.
Right? Have you ever felt like, man, why is black people going through this? Why are we hated by everybody? And if there's a God, why don't God defend us? Have you ever felt like that? We feel like that, right? Watch what God says. So this is our forefather prophesying. He's praying, asking God to stop being silent. Because God's been silent for so long, people think he don't exist. Read.
Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thy enemies
He said, thy enemies, read,
make a tumult, and they that hate thee
they that hate you and me and us, the blacks, Hispanics, and natives, read,
have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
It says they have taken crafty counsel against us. Before we were born, they were trying to indoctrinate our parents to abort us. Before you were born, we were going through the struggle that we were born into because they that hate us have created school systems. They have created economic wealth gaps so that we will not prosper, so that we cannot benefit. How is it that Aldi, all the way from Arabia, can come here and own a gas station and make money, but we've been here generation after generation, we built everything that you see, but we have nothing to show for it. It's not because we're lazy and don't work hard. It's because our enemies do not want us to have any kind of power. God said our enemies have created a table that's called the United Nations today. That's why there's not a representative for the blacks, Hispanics, and natives. Read.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
Against who?
Thy people.
Against God's people, which is the blacks, Hispanics, and natives, according to the Bible, who are the biblical Israelites. Read.
And consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
Brother and sister, what does it take to be a nation? What does it take? You said, so unity, that's one. That's one. What else? Think about it. It takes land, right? You got to have land. It takes a military, right? Think about it. It takes land because every other nation has what? Land. They have a military. They have a government. You get what I'm saying? They have officers, judges, right? They have infrastructure. Do we have that? No. Think about it. Why in the Bible does God call the Israelites lost? Because prior to you coming up here, you thought you were black. You've been rolling with the same name that was branded on us as slaves. You get what I'm saying? We don't know what language we spoke. We don't even know how we used to dress. You understand? So now, God said they would cut us off from being a nation, right? So let me ask you another question. Wait, let me finish this read.
That the name of Israel may be no more.
That's why you can't find Israel on the job application. That's why you can't find our names nowhere, biblically. They go, oh, you're African American. That was started in the 80s by Jesse Jackson. Some of us is older than that name. Okay, well, you're Afro-Americans. That was a hairstyle. Okay, well, you're black Americans. I'm not black. Your jacket is black. We all different shades of brown. Okay, well, you're Negro. I'm not a Negro. That's Spanish for black. So what are we? We are the Israelites the Bible speaks of.
That's right. What is the nation?
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord. His word, his word,